It all began with the Greyhound Village apartment break-in January of this year. The University of Indianapolis's students began questioning their safety and campus police. Questions surrounding the police's procedures and their safety measures were constantly being brought up. With the university's campus being in the south side of Indianapolis, the 5,600 students and the 600 faculty members rely solely on the UIndy Police Department. As of December 5th of 2022, acting chiefs of the UIPD and the director of campus safety, Brandon Pate, took over the department as the previous chief, David Shelby, retired. The break-in incident that happened on January 7th of this year was at the Greyhound Village apartment complex located on the northwest side of campus. Junior communication major Grayson Holt was in her apartment when the break-in occurred.
I have the room in GV that has 2 windows next to the balcony, so I can basically hear everything. My windows were open, and I was sitting on my floor doing makeup, getting ready for a party, and I heard a really loud bang, and I'm very noisy, so I decided to go out on my balcony to see what was going on. That's when I looked directly across from my apartment. I could see into another balcony on the first floor, and it was someone, a man, with like a black shirt on and dark pants with a book bag, bashing the balcony window open. So it was like sliding doors, and they were bashing it open, trying to get in.
The man identified is known as Kevin Wayne Williams, a 37-year-old who used a rock to break a window to gain access to the building. According to the police incident report, after entering a first-floor apartment building, he went on to the second and third floors, staining furniture along the way with blood from his hands. Williams was arrested on site and charged with 3 counts of residential entry, 1 count of criminal mischief, and 1 count of criminal trespass. In the incident report, another witness, communication majors Hannah Hadley, saw Williams shortly before the break-in. According to the student, he approached her and her friends in the parking lot with alcohol and drugs in hand, asking for a ride. When they declined, he offered a drink and was declined again, and he made his way north along the building on the street. But more questions about the inside operations of UIndy Police came in after witness Grayson Holt said that the email sent out about the incident was inaccurate.
So basically the email says, at 5:42, University Police receive a call, disturbance with information regarding a loud bang with a broken door from Marion County 911. At 5:43, University Police arrive on scene and begin the investigation. At 5:45, officers arrive at the room and begin to assess for threats. What I don't understand is, how did the police show up when I called them at 5:43? And that was not the first call. So all of the times were incorrect, trying to make the police department look like they were actually doing their job.
UIndy Chief Pate said that their response time on campus is typically below 10 minutes and explained the national average dispatch time is 12 to 17 minutes.
You know, there's no direct line to the police officer to their cell phone. It would be impossible. But 911, that interrupts me on my shoulder. It interrupts the radio. It says, hey, whatever you're doing, stop doing. You need to go out and do this.
Cadet Tyler Bickle can affirm to their response time being under the national average and commented on the Greyhound Village break-in procedure by UIndy Police, along with now how they have gotten better after every incident.
We learn from every incident. So something that may happen, it's a great training point. Obviously, we try to take the most effective things, and I think this most recent thing taught us a lot about, we're very thankful that our campus community got us alerted very quickly, and like, as you said, that somebody saw something and they said something. So that is the biggest ask that we have for our campus community, is just, if you see something, say something.
Similar concerns arose in the student app after a man identified as a 26-year-old Desmond Morgan was found in the Corey Brett's parking lot with a gunshot wound in his abdomen on October 19, 2021. In response to the incident and concerns from students, former Vice President for Student and Campus Affairs and Dean of Students, Corey Bentalagi, sent an email the next day assuring students that there were no ongoing threats on campus. But even after the reassurance from UIndy, students still felt like they needed to be improvements regarding safety. Emily, a student at UIndy, came forward about what she thinks those improvements should be.
I think that making campus more safe would be definitely more cameras. We do not have enough. More RA transparency and more cops walking around rather than sitting in their cars, as well as like the safety buttons around campus that like flash or whatever in case you're in danger. I think they're not in the proper places they could be.
Former President Robert Manuel added more resources to UIPD by hiring 4 additional officers, increasing patrols, placing plainclothes officers in border lots, more security cameras, 2 additional blue light emergency call boxes, gated parking lots, and blocked car access to certain parts of campus. When talking to Chief Brandon Pate about all the cause of such high crime activity on campus, he believes the Red Line bus stop located behind Greyhound Village is the reason for the increase.
You're a geographic anomaly. And what that means is that where UND sits, it's protected by just the way the school's positioned, the way the police department works, the way that we move within our community. When you get outside of that, you're in southeast Indianapolis. If you go outside of that, you're interacting with people that are from everywhere, from all over. And transient crime is a real thing. Some of the crime that we see is opportunistic because you can get to UND and get out of UND rather quickly.
With major transit routes such as I-69, I-465, and I-70 surrounding campus, UND has had 55 crimes committed in the past 4 years of motor vehicle theft, robbery, and burglary. In 2021, 21 crimes were committed regarding burglaries and robberies, which is the most the campus has seen to date. They were the most significant since the University of Indianapolis Police Department was having trouble locating the criminals, but Pate said that they searched relentlessly and it could have been prevented. When talking to UIPD about crimes happening on campus, they said it was important to remember the opportunities accessible on campus for the crimes to happen. According to the chief, the majority of break-ins and robberies in buildings happen from residents being allowed into the property. He also said leaving things unsecured and in the open eye could cause a crime incident. In 2021, UND spent $500,000 on campus security, which included security cameras, lights, and officers, according to an article on Fox 59. UND also received guidance from former IMPD police chief Troy Riggs on how UIPD can protect the university, but also the surrounding community. Riggs advised sharing data and giving the community true information will help to empower people to get involved and reduce the crime in the area. Pate mentioned the additional resources he will be adding to the university to help improve campus security.
So we're looking to upgrade camera systems in a little bit, meaning that the 4 big cameras that you see out in the parking lots that have the blue lights on them, we're gonna bring in what's called like a flock safety system. It's a better camera system. It tracks vehicles. We can start to pick up on when traffic comes in, when it goes out, and things like that. There'll be a larger announcement coming, so I want to give the university the chance to put together the announcement that they're going to put in. But it should go to show as a sign that we actively pursue the best that we can as we move forward.
When comparing to crime statistics between universities that were close to the rural Indianapolis area and about the same size, UND is not that far off. The universities compared were Martin University, Marian University, Ivy Tech Community College, Indianapolis campus, and IUPUI. While Ivy Tech had no crimes committed on their campus, Martin University had 1, Marian University had 124 crimes reported on campus from 2019 to 2021, and IUPUI had 197 crimes just this year. IU's Public Information Officer Hannah Skiba spoke about their security system on the IUPUI campus. Skiba said they have a system called IU Notify, which is the mass communication tool for the university, which email notifies students of any threat on campus. She also said IU has an app called the Rave Guardian app, which has multiple links to contact IUPD and to report suspicious activity. These tools are similar to UND's watchdog alerts that get sent out when suspicious activity is happening around campus. With UND being a smaller campus, these alerts tend to spread faster throughout the community, allowing the officers to have more control over criminal activity on the small campus, and therefore having less crime than a larger campus.
I've learned a lot from our students, and I think I've tried to teach a lot to our students as well. It's really important because obviously we are in a unique situation where we are a smaller campus community versus like IUPUI. They're a larger campus community, but they also have their own police department. I'd say our ratio to police officers for students, I'm not exactly sure on the number, but I'd say it's definitely a better ratio that we can, closely interact with our students and learn from them, because obviously we're a higher institution, a higher educational institution, and to be able to learn from our students is something that we definitely pride ourselves on.
University of Indianapolis Police Department will continue to be proactive to avoid the increase of criminal activity on campus. With the new resources being added for the safety of students and the help of IMPD, Officer Bickle can say campus is definitely safe.
I, however, think that the campus is very safe. Being a student there for 4 years and now being a police officer and seeing the other side of things for over a year, I can definitely tell you campus is very, very safe. Our police department works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And we make sure that the campus is covered. There will never be a time where a campus is not covered.
Check out our website for the full story, police reports, databases, and the full interviews. For UND News, I'm Sydney Smith.